from any other person or any animal will not affect the ablution.
Okay.
It may affect the prayer if it happens while praying, or if, it falls on him or his dress or her dress. The person goes to pray without cleaning it. It may affect the prayer, but it will not affect the ablution. The ablution remains valid. What he has to do or she has to do just to go and clean the hands and the dress or whatever, the ablution remains intact. Unless something comes out of him or comes out of her, then that is the only thing that can spoil ablution.
Okay. Now, after engaging in washing the dead, someone died and you are called upon to take part in the process of washing that person. After that, are you obliged to perform ablution again to go and pray, or if you had ablution, should you maintain that same ablution and go to pray?
So in other words, you're saying that asking whether touching the
dead
private part of a dead person,
not even the private part, the dead person itself.
No, it's kind of no. Remember, I mean, forget about the dead person. Even a filthy substance, touching on filthy substance will not affect the ablution. What you have to do is to wash your hands. So in my humble opinion, the same thing. If you're talking about that human beings, and a dead human is pure or purified. So in this case, the fact of the matter,
a dead person.
So what do you want to call a dead person? Najasa.
Anyway,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to subscribe to that opinion.
Okay.
But what I'm
because I had a case of that. I think it was a hadith in which the Prophet ﷺ saying that the dead, the corpse of the prophets are not filth. Yeah. So then, if you look at the opposite meaning of that, it means the dead of non prophets are filth. Then.
Wallahu alam. Anyway, what I'm saying is this. I have a different opinion, and you are quite right that hadith is there. But what I'm saying is this. When it comes to the question as to whether it affects the ablution or not, it will not affect the ablution, Sharia-wise, wallahu alam. Because even touching on a filthy substance proper will not affect the ablution. So why on earth would touching on the body of a dead person will affect the ablution?
Okay, question. So it's answered, no problem. Now, there is this guy who is most recent. See, it's always mixed up. Even after performing ablution right now, something will occur to her mind that your ablution is spoiled.
Yes. Always doubtful.
Yeah, continuously doubtful.
Yeah.
So see, he narrated this problem to me. He said, I said it's shaitan, but I'll forward the question to Ustaz, and he will get his answer.
Some people are like that, Nigel, and it happens with regard to ablution, it happens with regard to prayer. Some people cannot tell you how many rakat they pray.
Exactly.
They cannot tell you how many times they perform ablution. And this is what they call, kasratu shak, this level of, being doubtful about what has happened, what has not happened, will not definitely affect the validity of whatever he does. So for him, what they offer her, what they call yaqeen, he or she must be, must remember that she has done something which can spoil ablution, or she has done something which can spoil the prayer. But if she is doubtful whether the ablution has spoiled or not, the ablution is still there. And again here, there are two things here. One may be doubtful whether he or she has performed ablution or not. One may be doubtful whether the ablution he or she has performed is still valid or is spoiled. There are two different things. If the person is always doubtful whether he or she has performed ablution, then that's why he's in show. Let the person go and perform ablution. But if the person doubts as to whether the ablution he or she has performed is still valid or is not valid, here if it is here that he or she is always doubtful, this one the doubt will not affect the ablution.
Okay.
He is allowed to pray unless he or she knows exactly that something has happened or has come out of him or come out of her which will affect the ablution.
If you forget to pray Isha prayer, you sleep till in the morning when it's time to pray Fajr, and you just woke up and went to the mosque, and they started to pray Fajr. What do? Do you stop, go back, pray your Isha, and come and join these people? Or you join them, pray the Fajr prayer? And
yes.
What do you do?
What is advisable is this. you pray your Isha first and go and join the group. If you remember, when we discussed this sometime last year or the year before, even where the person is not praying in Jama'ah, but he's praying, but he knows that there's time for him to perform Isha and come and pray Subh in time. The person must go and do Isha first and perform the Subh in time. The only time that the person will be allowed to perform Isha first will be if performing Isha first will cost him the Subh time. Because the time for Subh is almost gone. Then will be his responsibility to make sure he performs Subh in the time and then pay back Isha according to the opinion of the law. Some of the opinion of the law.
Okay. The voice of a woman, is it aura?
Well, going by the formula, al-maratu kulluha awratun ma'ad al-wajhi wal-kafayni.
Does that limit to the physical?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm coming. Some people, based on this, they would argue that the voice of a woman is aura. But you see, even if that argument is valid, there's this principle of necessity. There are many instances where it becomes necessary for the voice of the woman to be heard. Like if a woman teaching, for instance, in one attempt to teaching the Holy Quran, a woman studying the Quran, we in our society here, we are not as developed as others are, whereby you can have everything for women and everything separate for men. We have not reached that level of development. It becomes a matter of necessity, therefore, for us to let a woman involved in many situations where we had no choice, we had no option but to do that way. So therefore, even if that argument is valid, the principle of necessity here, in my humble opinion, will override that principle.
This young man is married for 2 years now. He's done all what is required from him, religiously and traditionally. But yet still, the lady's dad is insisting that, the boy should give them time before the wife goes to his home. He did everything. He sent his messengers, but yet still the dad is adamant. Now, he is seeking advice on what to do.
Okay, my advice to the father of the woman is that let him leave the girl, go to the husband, even without having done the traditional obligations. As soon as the marriage is contracted, a woman can go and join the husband. She should go and join the husband. But because of the cultural aspect becomes very strong in our society, that you will be asked to do ABC before your woman come, and you have no option but to do ABC. But sometimes the good one, the pious one, that are very much cooperative and understanding, as soon as the marriage contract, they will let the man go. They will tell you, customarily or traditionally, you are responsible to do ABC. Make sure you do it. And for the sake of respect, maintaining your respect within the family setup, you make sure you do it. But there is no point keeping a woman with the husband or with the parent because ABC has not been done, and ABC is just purely traditional. The strictly legalistic aspect of it is the contract of the marriage. And as soon as that was done, the woman can follow the husband everywhere, and in fact should follow the husband wherever he goes.
Okay, Ustaz, my final question on the text messages before we take our first break and move into the calling is, can women wear perfume?
Can women use perfume?
Yeah.
To be very honest, it is not in line with Sunnah, because the women are always advised to keep in a low profile for the fear of fitna or sedition or confusion, and particularly some of the special ones that are made for women, they can easily attract the attention of men. And because they can easily attract the attention of men, and some men are so naive and so cunning sometimes that as soon as their attention is attracted to a woman, they may tend to, try to do something. It is advisable. It is not therefore not sunnah for a woman to, expose their beauty or to expose their presence or to expose their attractions to men. for the fear of for the avoid of any fitna or sedition that I'm saying. So therefore, it is not in that inshallah. Allah Allah.
There's a problem in society, don't you think so?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big
People
one.
wear churais where they pass. You can know what kind of.
It's a very big one.
Exactly. Okay, there, viewers. We now take our first break.